Hi, this is Julie Harland, and I'm your math gal. Please visit my website at yourmathgal.com where you could search for any of my videos organized by topic. This is part 2 of how we can answer survey questions by using Venn diagrams. So we did a few problems in part 1, and this is part 2. We're going to just do a few more examples where we're going to read the information that's already in a Venn diagram so that we can answer some questions about the survey. So here's our first problem. It's a survey about whether people took dance, art, and/or music classes in a given semester. And so somebody took a survey and then they made a Venn diagram to give everybody the information they needed to answer these 5 questions. So the universe represents all the people in the survey. The circle for A are the people who took art, M, the people who took music, and D, the people who took dance. So there are 8 different regions here. They all represent something. So for instance, out here, this number 2, these are people, that means 2 people did not take any of those classes, for instance. The one in the middle here, 4, they're actually in part of the circles for the A, M, and D, art, music, and dance. They must have taken all 3 classes, etc. So try doing this on your own first by putting the video on pause, and then I'll go through it with you. All right, first question. How many were surveyed? Well, everybody is accounted for somewhere in here, depending on what class they took that semester or which classes they took that semester. So all I need to do is add up all the numbers here. So there are 8 numbers. So we add up all the numbers. So let's see, you've got to add the 8, the 1, the 5, the 4, the 9, the 3, the 6, the 2. And I think that's going to give you, let's see, 36. I got 38. So hopefully you got 38. Might want to double check that. All right, second question. How many took dance? Right now what we have to do is focus on the circle where dance is, right here. And there's 4 different groups here, right? But the total number that took dance is the sum of those numbers in the dance circle. So we've got these 6. These 6 here are the people that only took dance, right? No other of the disciplines. Where these 3 people here happen to take dance and music, but notice they're not in the art circle, so those are the people that took dance also, but they also happen to take music. And then the 4 here happen to take all 3. This one over here, well, they took art and dance, but notice they didn't take a music class. So if I want all the people that took dance, I need to add those 4 numbers together, and that's 14. 1, 4, 3, and 6. How many took art and music? Now remember that means they took both classes. So we have to concentrate now. We have to look at the art and the music, and we're looking at their intersection. So right in the center here, 5 and 4, those are the people that took both an art class and a music class. It's separated out because, see, 4 of them also happen to take dance. But the total number is just the 5 and the 4. So how many took art and music? That would be 9. Fourth question. How many did not take art? So now if we concentrate on the art circle here, right, the set of people who took art, we don't want anybody in there. We want everybody outside that set. So we're looking at the numbers outside of art. That's really like the complement of art. And we've got these 4 numbers, 9, 3, 6, and 2. So what's that up? That adds up to 20, I believe. 9, 3, 6, and 2. So it's 20. And the last one is a little bit tricky. How many took classes from exactly 2 disciplines? So this means that we don't want anybody who just took a class in music or a class in just art or a class just in dance. We want to make sure they've taken at least 2, but it says exactly, so it does not include the people in the middle that took all 3 classes. So this one's a little bit tricky. These 5 people, for instance, took both art and music, right? And that's all they took. Okay, so they took it from exactly 2. These three people took exactly dance and music, no, not an art class, and this one person. So when it says exactly 2 disciplines, I need just those three numbers added together. So that is 5, 1, and 3. That's 9. Now, if I said they took at least 2 disciplines, what if I would have asked that? So at least 2 disciplines, I would also get to include this 4 in the middle, right? So I'd have the 1, 5, 3, which was 9, plus 4 more. So that would be 13. Now there are so many different questions you could ask. These are just 6 questions I could ask from looking at this picture. All right, here's our next problem. A survey about sports that fraternity brothers participated in while in high school revealed the following in regards to just these 3 sports: football, baseball, and or volleyball. So you could see the Venn diagram here. Somebody took the survey and already filled in the information based on the questions they asked. And now you should be able to answer these 6 questions. So put the video on pause and try answering those 6 questions on your own first. First question, how many played football? So we want to look at the circle for F, right? F is football, B, baseball, V is volleyball. So in football, what do we have here? There's 4 regions here, 12, 2, 5, and 4. That's the total number of people that played football. So I'm just going to write down what I'm adding. 12, 2, 4, and 5. So is that 14 and 9? Is that 23? So we've got 23 people played football. How many did not play any of those sports? There's only one person out here that isn't in one of these circles. So there's only one person there. How many played baseball? Well, that's just sort of like football, except we're going to look at the baseball circle and add up those numbers. So we have 2, 8, 5, and 3, right? So what does that add up to? That's 18. How many did not play volleyball? Okay, so this time we're going to look at the volleyball circle, but we want to look at all the people that are not in the volleyball circle, so we have to look outside of that. That's the complement of the volleyball, right? And there's 4 numbers there. We have a 12, a 2, and 8, and don't forget this one out here. So I've got 12 and 2 and 8, that's 20, plus this, 12 and 2, 8, that's 22, isn't it? Plus 1 more, so that's going to be 23. Now, if I would have said, who did not play volleyball but played at least one sport, just think how I could ask that a little bit differently. I couldn't include this one, right? Because this one didn't play any sport. So they're included in the people who didn't play volleyball. So you have to read these questions very, very carefully. How many played football and baseball? So now we're looking at the set for football, and we're looking for the set for baseball, and we're looking at their intersection right here in the center. And we've got 2 plus 5, right? Those are the people that played football and baseball. It's separated out because the 5 represents the people who also happen to play volleyball, okay? And the 2 are the people who played football and baseball that didn't happen to play volleyball. But all 7 of these people did play football and baseball, so that'll be 7. And how many played all 3 sports? That'll be the intersection of all 3. Right here in the center is 5. All right, so hopefully you're good about reading if it's given. The trick now is if you're given some information for you to make the Venn diagram up so that you can answer some question they asked you. So you have to be given some information so that you know how to fill in the Venn diagram. And then the next step will be to answer some question after you filled in the Venn diagram. And that's what we'll do on the next video. Please visit my website at yourmathgal.com where you can view all of my videos which are organized by topic.